if we're trying to derive a demand curve, what we could use is the aggregate expenditure curves. So on the left, we have the aggregate expenditure model, and then on the right, we have the real GDP and price level graph. So if we look on the left here, if we are looking at aggregate expenditure and this P equals 120, that's a price level of 120. So if we find where the aggregate expenditure curve intersects that 45-degree line, okay, when our price level is 120, that's going to be at 5. Okay, so here we have 120 is our price level and real GDP is 5. So wherever this aggregate expenditure line impacts the 45-degree line, that's going to be one point of our aggregate demand curve. So let's look for another point. If we have a different price level, let's say our price level is 100. So now this aggregate expenditure line intersects the 45-degree line at 10. Okay, so over here, price level 100, and then real GDP is 10. And then if we connected the dots, we would derive an aggregate demand curve. So we can use our aggregate expenditure lines to create our aggregate demand curve.